So having said this, I believe I could convey the message why I decided to take this topic and how my journey was meaningful by taking this decision. So while we started our company, we really didn't know, okay, what is the real purpose? How a startup has to be formed? We had no clue, okay, what should we do? We had lot many ideas, okay, what is right, what is wrong, we don't know. So that is one challenge that we face once you decide to go with your dream. If you are an innovative person, if you have an innovation, you should know how to go for it, how to start up. So these are the 5 pillars of startup: why, who, what, how, and when. The first pillar is why. Why do you want a startup? Why do you want to do it? If you have a product, why do you want to develop that product? What is it going to serve? What problem is it going to is going to solve? Please don't mistake startup with making money. It's not making money. It's following your passion. Following your passion is different from making money. So there should be a reason for beginning something, beginning your idea or beginning your startup. Simon Sinek has said people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Let me tell you an example. If you have a product idea in mind and you tell your friends, okay, we'll do a mobile app. So your friend will be asking for what? So okay, we will help the elderly people to take their medicines on time. Fine, good. And then we had all good technology, we developed everything, and it's time for marketing. So what you'll do, you'll go to the customer and say, I have a mobile app. It's available in Play Store. It has these many features. Elderly people can use it. Is anybody going to listen to you? No, they won't. They have better work. They won't do it. But if you put it in another way, I am going to help you. I'm going to help the senior people in the town who don't live with their kids. So what I have done is I have developed a mobile app to alert you with the alert on time to take the medicines. And these are the features available in the app. You can do it this way. Will it sound interesting for the person? So you have targeted the customer, you have spoken to them, why you have that product with you, what are the features in how you have built it, and what are the features in the product. That makes more sense. So always remember, there should be a why before you start your product journey. And who's the founder? So I told previously that no, so I didn't have any skills and I didn't have any achievements, but still I could start a company. See, I still say we need not have a very high skills. We did not have very high skills or educated in universities abroad or any kind of high intelligence. Nothing is required for being an entrepreneur, but you should have one skill. The skill is to live with your passion. If you do not have a passion towards what you're doing, you will not succeed. The passion should be there until the product is in the market and until the product is successfully running in the market. Even after running in the market, your life should be bound to the product. You should live with your product. Only such people should step into entrepreneurship. Otherwise, it's not easy. And the team. Trust me, this is the most important thing. Because there was a phase in my life where I didn't know what to do. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of innovative ideas. I wanted to do something, but then I didn't know. I didn't have the skill set to go alone because I have a lot of weakness myself, and I have some skills with me too. but then I'm not complete. And with my own skills, I was not able to, get into the startup field or get into the industry. So when I spoke with my friends and when we formed a team, the best thing about our team was that we had complementary skills. We were complementing each other. One will be a technology person, the other will be a marketing person, and one will be an execution person. And this worked. If I say what worked the most in Talk Digital is the team. The core team of Talk Digital. I'm indebted to them for what I am now. Because without them, it was not possible. So the team is really important. See, if you have a best friend, it's not that you should start a company with them. You should identify the skills. Is the skill common? If you both have same skill, you will grow only in one phase. The other will be empty. But make sure the people joining your team should have the same vibe, same attitude, same interest, because it will be a failure otherwise. We should go in the same direction with different skills. And what are you offering? What is your company offering? Is it a product or a service? See, when I say startup, it need not be product always. It can be a service. What is a service? Like you can take up projects and execute the project for other clients instead of having your own product. You can work on the product for others. That can also be part of the startup. So you decide upon the value proposition you're planning to give and who your customer segment is. Who receives and appreciates the value proposition? That's very important. Identifying the customer segment. That is the what. And another point in what is the unique selling proposition. Recently, I came with an idea of a product that's under development now. And when I discussed the idea with my friends and they said, okay, we'll start on it. We'll start with the brainstorming session and we start on, but then it got delayed for some other, we got busy with some other things and then it got delayed. And a couple of weeks later, one of my friends, he sent me a message saying, okay, Nisha, see here, there's a similar app. They're trying to say whatever you are trying to do. I got shocked. Okay, that's my idea. So my friends, it's your idea, but somebody else has implemented it already. That's the competition that have in the market now. You go to Play Store, you search for an app, you can see n number of apps. And how do we select an app? How do we go for an app? With the reviews of multiple factors that we feel comfortable, right? But still there are lots. So how do we identify a unique selling proposition? That's very important. There should be a key selling point in your product that the competitors do not have. That should be marketed well. People will come to you. Customers will come to you. Let me say an example. WhatsApp. There are many platforms for chat, but still WhatsApp is leading. Why? If I tell my grandmother, to send to say about, if I ask something about something to my grandmother, she says, I'll WhatsApp you. I'll send voice message to you. That is their success, the usability. Anyone can use it. People are comfortable using it. It's not the techies who are using WhatsApp. It's not the educated people who are using WhatsApp. It's not the professionals who are using WhatsApp. But ask them to use any other platform, they hesitate. So that is the unique selling proposition. You need to identify that in your product, and that's very important. And the how, strategy and implementation. How will you deliver your product or service? There are 3 steps: the marketing, operations, and sales. I'll get in detail on this, but before that, let me say it's an 20-80 ratio. You decide, you have an idea, you have to do the development. So when you plan your budget, okay, always make sure that only 20% of your budget should be invested in the development. Keep the 80 separate for marketing, because that's where you lose money. That's where you need money. It's easy to develop, but then marketing is very tough, especially when it is a B2C. business to customer, so when it is a B2C application. So always make sure you plan your finance in such a way that marketing has a separate amount. And compelling product. The product should be convincing for the customer segment in such a way that they are compelled to buy it. That's one marketing strategy. And authentic messaging, a clear messaging that provides the value of the product. It should clearly convey why the customer should use them rather than features of the product. That the marketing person should not brief the features. They should be able to convince the customer why they should use it. That's more important. And the proper platform. That's very important because the platform you are using for your marketing defines your success, because rather than success, I would say defines the reach of the product. That's more correct, because we can select multiple platforms. It can be email marketing, it can be through social media, it can be one-to-one marketing. So identify your product. Where do your product fit in? Which platform do your product fit in? If it is for an elderly person, for the senior citizens, don't go for LinkedIn or Facebook, because they're not comfortable. Go for one-to-one interaction. So that's how you should define. If it is targeting a wide range of customers, and if you're sure that it has to reach them individually, then go for an email marketing. So it's very important to identify your platform. Next is operations, the allocation of resources. So we have idea now, we have done the development, we have planned about the marketing. Now, how will you allocate resources? There are 4 phases. The innovation phase, three of us friends, we started the innovation phase. So we 3 of us were enough. We did everything together. The growth phase, we had to extend. We had to add new members to the core team. But then again, that was a core team. And the funding time. So as the product expands, we need more fund. We need more resources, because we cannot handle with the 3 or 5. No. And passing it to the public. These are the 4 phases in resource allocation. Why even we have to give support even after our product is live. We still have to find the operations part. We'll have to be clear about the operations part on what to do after the product becomes live. It's not that, okay, it's live, my duty is over, my responsibility is over. No, you have to give customer support. You have to get feedback. You have to do further marketing on how to expand your project. So that's very important. And the sales. Find your customers. So you should identify the customer segment and do the sales. It could be by age, by gender, or by purchasing power. If you are aiming at a premium customer, and then if you're taking it to normal people, or if you're doing a premium product and if you're taking it to normal people, they might not be interested in buying it. So you should identify your customer segment. And for example, if you are developing a product for women above 40, for women empowerment above 40, it's not showing it to students, because they will not be in the mindset to listen to it or use it. So don't waste time showing it to students. Find the targeted audience, the right audience, and do the sales based on that. That's very important. And perfect timing, when to roll out your product. There are a couple of things I want to discuss in this part from my experience. Prepare and plan the schedule starting with an MVP. What is MVP? Minimum viable product. Because even if it is a product or if you're doing service, this matters in both cases. When you have a product idea, once you start the brainstorming session, trust me, it's very interesting. We'll have huge lot of ideas on top of ideas. One will say, the other will say too. Everything is valid too. But do you have the budget? We have a very small budget. We don't have any savings as such. We are starting from the scratch. We haven't got any investors yet. And we are spending from our pocket. So what we will do? Are we going to put in all ideas and make the system, and then finally when we are able to launch it, we will launch it? Is that what you're going to do? Will not reach anywhere, because by the time the whole concept would have died. So what we have to do is take out the most important, the most catchy features from your product that will attract the customer segment. That is vital to the product. Identify those features, club it together, go for a MVP, minimum viable product. Show them, launch them, get the feedback, see how it is going. Then you'll get an idea, okay, where I should put, where I should invest. No, this module is not working well. No, I don't have to invest in that module anyway because nobody is noticing it. But the one I didn't expect is doing very well. So let me concentrate on that module or that feature. Let me spend more on that feature. Let me improve the technology for that feature. You will be able to identify this only if you do an MVP. The same applies when you do service. Service as in when we are doing a project for somebody else. Talk Digital does like that. So when we get a project, what we do is client will have a lot of wonderful ideas. But what they will be saying will not be the thing that they really have in mind. There will be huge difference between the both. And it's our responsibility to identify it correctly. So we identify it. A product or project is, it becomes effective only when it is visually seen. The visual representation. How much ever stories we say, when we develop the thing and say, give the client, say, no, this is not what I expected. Who will take the responsibility of the cost and effort that was spent? So in case of service also, get the requirements clearly from the client and then tell them, okay, we will do this for you. We will improve your life. We will make your life better. But we'll be doing this set of things initially, and then we'll show you. Only once you approve, we'll proceed further. So that is the preparation part that we have to do. If you don't do that, your organization is going to be in trouble. And the launch of the product. I have a friend who had an animation company in US. He was doing explanatory videos for websites. Very innovative thought. But he went wrong in one place. He was far ahead of the time. He did this in the early 2004 or 5 when internet was very slow. Explanatory videos are trending now. You should see, he had an idea this many years back, but didn't work out. The idea was good. It was innovative, but the wrong time. He launched it in the wrong time. The same person had an edtech, which he launched rightly during the pandemic, and he became successful. So that is how the launch time of the product is important. You can see there are a lot of online conference apps and edtech apps coming up now because of the pandemic. So the time to launch your app is very important, and refine your product. You should be able to revisit your product always. If some changes said by the customer, you should not be in a situation to go break everything that you have written, all the code that you have written, break everything, start from the scratch. No, that should not be the case. You should be able to refine your product and optimization. That's very important. So client A tells you, okay, you're developing a product for client A. And when client B comes, if you are going to develop the whole thing once again for client B, just because you can't do an optimization in your product, it's a failure. When client B comes, we just have to do some small tweaks and deliver it to client B as per their requirement. If you're going to develop each time for each client, you're not going to reach anywhere. The company won't survive. What will define your success? Your drive, your discipline, your adaptability and authenticity. What's your drive? The stakeholders' drive is of prime importance when it comes to a product. What is that? What is the stakeholders' drive? We should have a definite vision of what we are doing, and discipline. We should do it in a very disciplined manner. We should take care of each phase of the project. Each stage should be taken care of well. And the adaptability, as I said, your product should be adaptable to all circumstances. And authenticity. No, what we are delivering to the client should be authentic. Customer should be able to trust us by using that product. If you are doing a financial product, just imagine an organization is going to use your product for their accounting. It's an accounting software, and clients are using for their accounting part. And after 1 year, if that is a failure, what is the point in doing? What is the impact? So we should always make sure what we deliver should be authentic. And putting it all together, what is the blueprint for success? The business plan. What is a business plan? Market analysis and sales strategies should be defined perfectly well. That's a fundamental element of any business plan. And operations and logistics and financial plan and projections. You need to have a clear budget. That's very important. See the future before starting anything. Plan well. Finance is important for every, that's the core always. So this is how we started Talk Digital. So I know there are a lot of people who have a lot of innovative ideas in this group listening to me. So if you want any support from our side, we can mentor you. You can reach us. We'll help you develop your MVP, or we can be technology partners with you if you really want a good brand to promote your product. So you can contact us, reach us via phone or email address. Get in touch with us. We are there to support you. And thank you so much for listening to me patiently, and hope I could deliver the takeaways that I said, the motivation, the inspiration, and the determination. So if any of you are still having the fear of failure or still holding back to come and reach your dreams, don't stop. Please do it. And let me just tell you one more thing. How intelligent you are, how accomplished you are, how capable you are, you cannot do anything alone. Trust me, you cannot do anything alone. Just think of my journey. If my parents were not supportive, if my teachers were not kind, if my husband was not giving me the freedom to do what I wanted to reach my dreams, if my best friends who stood with me in my ups and downs, supporting me, keeping away all their priorities whenever I needed help. What if the employers, my first employers, didn't give me that job? They gave me the opportunity to start working. But the boss who pushed me to face challenges, who gave me opportunities. Without all of them, will I be able to reach this? See, I'm not saying I'm that successful and all, but at least I'm following my dreams. Will I be able to follow my dreams? No. So always be grateful. So I just want to share one experience with you. Yesterday, while I was preparing the slides, I just missed my teachers. So I pinged one of my favorite teacher, Miss Bhama. She was in English department in my school. She was a very strict person. When I was typing to her, my hands were shivering because will she scold me again for grammar mistakes? So I'm really scared of her, but she's my favorite teacher. So I pinged her yesterday, said, ma'am, I'm doing a webinar today. Just thought of telling you, I just want your blessings. And she said, she just sent me one line test as usual. I'll connect with you in the evening. And in the night, she called me. She was so excited to speak to me. And I could feel the same warmth I felt 20 years back. 20 years, the same warmth, the same caring, the same kindness. She was showing all the same love to me. And she gave me a lot of points, which I included in the last minute, the slide. So I tell you, how successful we are. Turn back and see who all have stood with you in your journey. Get back to your teachers. Share your success with them. They will be happy for you always. The more strict the teacher is, the more love they have, the more they love you. So always be grateful. God bless you all. Thank you. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now.
Excuse me, ma'am. If you don't mind, can you please my message in my chat box, ma'am? Sorry to ask this.
No worries. Let me just see.
Yeah.
Though we students may have new ideas, but many of us don't know the impact and awareness of entrepreneurship. On my opinion, we are from a tier 3 zone. That's why we are not aware of such things. Please suggest some point on this. Sorry if I asked anything wrong. No, you didn't ask anything wrong. Entrepreneurship, I said, it's not a big process as such. We need not consider yourself in any tier for that. It is possible. See, I can see last week I saw a video of a person who was who started a website development firm when he was in 11th standard. So it is not going to stop you, because your ideas and entrepreneurship is not based on your age or your the current stage you are in. You have to have the defined why, the 5 pillars, no, what I explained. If you answer to the 5 pillars, you can straightly go ahead with that. Hope I make it clear for you.
Yes, ma'am.
And so any other support you want, if you are hesitant to speak in the meeting, you can always reach me in my mail or contact me in my mobile number. I can help you with your ideas and how to bring your ideas into real ideas into a product, how to transform your ideas into a product. I can help you with that, definitely.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Any other questions?
Hi, this is yes, somebody is there.
Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, this is Rahina. This is Rahina. I'm calling from Australia. The thing is, while we are in the process of chasing our dreams, right? So from a girl to a woman to a mother and to other extra level, when we realize that when we are grooming our kids to a level, at that time when we feel that one of our parents or in-laws are getting ill or they are going down, in that case, how should we react immediately, even if we are far away? I hope you can understand what I'm saying.
I understand.
Whether we have to leave all our things as such, we have to go back to that is what I because our kids learn from us. So really, sometimes we are puzzled, right? In that situation, in that process, how should we react? How we should hold ourselves firm and tight and respond to the situation? Sometimes we'll become too emotional. We may not know how to handle the situation. So in that case, what do you suggest? How we can go ahead?
Okay, thank you, Rahena, for that question, because that means a lot. Because me being a woman, and I have faced this many times in life, many times in life. While I was working in my second firm, if you believe, I planned to resign many times. When each issue came, I planned to resign. But then that choice you have to make. If you are going for your comfort zone, that's the easiest thing that you can do. But still, I have a family, I have a son, I have my in-laws, I have my parents. And my husband gets transfers every 3 years. He was never at home. I was managing everything alone. There was a day when my maid called me and said, I'm leaving a child in the room. I'm leaving this place. I cannot work for you anymore. I'm leaving. I said, I'm in office. Let me come home. No, you do whatever you want. I am going. There were situations, crucial situations like that I experienced in my life. But still, if I gave up that time, and you know what, I understood your question about kids. Initially, my son was like, okay, her mother is coming and waiting when the van comes to pick them up. Why you are not there? And I used to tell him stories of your life getting better when both your parents work and only father works. And if something unfavorable happens to your life, you still survive, right? Or do you say, because I have all these responsibilities, I don't go for work? So how will you meet your responsibilities? You are forced to go for work. That is because you are forced to go against the stream. But We can do the same when we are with the family, with all comfort. When the situations are favorable also, we can do the same thing. So life is so unpredictable, Rahana. We don't know what is going to happen in future. So we always have to be equipped, always.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
And one more point I would like to share with you, because that's an interesting question to me, because this, why I didn't include so many things in the webinar is because it would be boring and no, I don't have the time. But one more incident I want to share with you. My son started becoming proud of myself when I am introduced as director of Talk Digital in a school for some meetings or something. And when I present something, when I speak to his teachers, he started feeling proud of me. And there's one more thing I missed to say. Talk Digital has another purpose, Rahana. Why I decided to start my own is to add value to my dreams. We are recruiting women who have gap in career due to their personal reasons. Our staff is like that. We are giving preference to them. I'm against people who are doing, evaluating people's skill based on the gap they have in their career. So we are employing women like that. So we have 2 people with us like that initially. And when I spoke to them, they said, okay, their children are feeling proud of them now because their mom started earning. It's a different experience altogether. But then, as I said, it requires a lot of sacrifice, lot of hardships. But I would suggest never give up. You will be able to do it. Definitely.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Anything else?
Ma'am, I'm John.
Tell me.
Ma'am, I am John from Kamaraj College, Thothukudi.
Yeah, tell me, John.
Yes, ma'am. The COVID situation has changed our life totally. Now the school colleges are being closed now. The situation, I need to prove me in my digital world is that I have never giving up. Now until now I never give up. Will it possible to bring and prove my name in the digital world?
Why not? Why do you think that you cannot? Tell me one reason why you think you cannot.
Because in the crypto world there is many more coins, ma'am. I think
So
crypto world.
Yeah, what is it? What is it going to? How is it going to make a difference in your life? If you see, what is your idea? What is your innovative thought? That give me one innovative thought you have.
I need to produce a new cryptocurrency, ma'am.
Cryptocurrency. So what is? So you are hesitant because there are a lot of cryptocurrency going in the market. There are a lot of conspiracy around cryptocurrency going now. I know that. So knowing that, but then let me tell you one thing. There are a lot of issues going with Facebook and WhatsApp, the social media platforms. Lot of issues going, but still, Clubhouse came into being. Now there are a lot of issues going with Clubhouse. Will that stop from another person to launch a new venture? No. You should not compare yourself with the success or failure of other thing. See, if you are going to think that way, you cannot start a product, because that's what I told in one of my slides. You have competitors everywhere. It's just that.
Yes, ma'am. Around the world.
Around the world. So you have to identify what makes you different from them. What additional thing that you are going to offer to them. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Anything else?
Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. I am assistant professor of Sumati, economics department. Your speech very well, ma'am. Very inspiring me.
Thank you, ma'am.
You are one of the singer pen. Many of the women are facing many of the side economical and social and many of the problems, but sometimes down in the some situations, there commonly women are pushing ourselves, and sometimes very down sometimes. How to pick up and select your dreams, ma'am. Your topic is very one of the attract me.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, ma'am, I got your point. I didn't explain based on a woman's side because we have all attendees are. Uh, it's not it's a common platform. But let me tell you, a journey as a woman is really hard, but we are able to do it. We are wired in such a way that we will be able to do multitasking and many things together. So the question you asked me, what you should do when you have, when the circumstances are unfavorable, like your see, maybe your in-laws will not be supporting you to go for work. Sometimes husbands will not be supporting to go for, you have small kids. So I know it differs from family to family, like how you can flow against the stream. Sometimes it's very difficult, it's not easy as we say. So, but what I'm trying to say is, out of everything, you can find, if you really have the will to do, you can find something that can manage all your blocks without hurting anybody's feeling. I'll never say, my speech is not conveying the message that you should not take care of your family. Family is the priority. For me, it is the priority. Whatever happens on earth, if my son has a need, I will be doing that first. If my husband has a need, I'll be doing that first. So that is my priority always. But you should try to balance. When you really want to do it, you will be able to do it. Trust me, because if you really want to do something, the universe will stand with you, because you speak to your friends. There will be a lot of people who are supporting. So I have a friend, she was facing some issues, and she wanted to she had no option to market. She was doing clothing branding, and she had no option to market her products because she had no, the situations were not favorable. So she spoke to me, and what I could do is I could market it for her. So it's not only me. Talk to your friends. There are a lot of kind people around. Find your soulmate, find your friends, and seek help. And see, you should find your own ways. Definitely you will be able to manage. That's true, because we are wired like that. Women are very strong.
Okay, ma'am. Commonly, I am asking, ma'am. Not only my problem, that's women's
I know,
problem.
I understood that.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Anything else? All good?
And one last question, ma'am.
Sure.
When you feel low, what are the things you do to self-motivate yourself, ma'am? Focusing on your family, or enjoying with them, sharing your thoughts, like anything?
When we feel low, count your blessings. Count your blessings you got till the date. That itself will motivate you, because that's one thing that we forget to do. We want better things. We are always looking for something else, and we just ignore the things that we have with you. Compare the life with others and how better we are. Definitely there'll be some things that we have as blessings as our own. So thank God for the blessings. And the blessings, okay, we could reach here, and we are in in a good role, or we are in a good position. So all that adds to your motivation. So when I feel low, I definitely speak to my friends, or I sit alone. I sit alone and I think of the bad days, the worst days I have faced. So I'll be thinking, oh, I'm in a better position now compared to my previous days. So that itself will give you a lot of motivation, Narayan.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Never feel down. Always be positive.
Sure, ma'am. I will.
Okay, anything else? Okay, you can reach out to me if you need any support, or if you have any further questions. You can always email me. I'll respond to you, and you can get in touch with me. And if you have any innovative ideas and you need to know how you want to turn it out to a product, you want a help from my side, you can always reach out to me. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.